Well, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Ahmad Zurabi. I'm student of Islamic University of Kadiri. And today I would like to present my proposal with the title The Teaching of Public Speaking by Using Google Meet During Pandemic COVID-19 at Kind English Course Pare Kediri. Okay, let's going to start to chapter 1. Okay, this chapter explain about six topic. It's cover the first background of study, and the second focus of the study, and the third objective of the study, and the fourth significance of the study, and fifth scope and limitation, and the sixth the definition of key terms. Okay, let's go into background of study now. Well, everyone, you know, nowadays many students not only study at school, but also they have to improve their skill out of the talking school. About formal and non-formal. Nowadays a lot of students not only study in a school, but also they have to improve their skill in a non-formal. And one of the non-formal education is like English course. you know Pare Kediri, Kampung English Pare Kediri is the famous place to study about English. And then I take the topic is about speaking, because speaking is the most important lesson for us, because of why we make communication is speaking. So I think speaking is important, so I take my proposal talk about speaking. And then I really interesting about teaching public speaking by using Google Meet, because in Pare, exactly, public speaking usually teaching process by face to face, but different in kind English course. They teach public speaking by using Google Meet during pandemic COVID-19. That's my background of the study, and I think it's very interesting for us, especially to understand about teaching public speaking by using Google Meet during pandemic COVID-19 at Kind English Course Pare Kediri. And continue to the focus of the study. Okay, I have four focus of study. For the first, how is the teaching process, and how teaching preparation. For the first, how teaching preparation. Second, how is the teaching process, and the third, how is the teaching evaluation, and the end, how is the student response. That's my focus of study. And then object of study to describe the teaching preparation, to describe teaching process, and the third to describe the teaching evaluation, and the last to describe the student responses concern in the teaching public speaking during pandemic COVID-19 at Ken English Course Pare Kediri. And significance of study. Yeah, for the teachers, it will be a source information in mastering speaking skill. Ya, itu buat tutornya. And for the student, especially student of English course in institution, will guide the student in mastering speaking skill. The method of teaching public speaking by using Google Meet during pandemic COVID-19 is not only interesting, but also can help you to study how the method easy ways to study in this situation. And the next, for the research, the researchers, this research is expected to be one of the reference that are used for researching speaking ability. And the last, for the reader, of this thesis, the explanation of this study are wise to give contribution for their knowledge about teaching public speaking by using Google Meet during pandemic COVID-19 at Kind English course Pare Kediri, about learning process and also learning method and media which can be used for English education, especially speaking. Okay, and scope and limitation. Okay, we continue to the scope and limitation to prevent the misunderstanding and clarify the study. I make a scope and limitation because Pare Kampung English Pare Kediri, there are many courses of English for the example PAC, Mahesa, Kenta, Daffodil, and others. But in this occasion, I choose kind English course Pare Kediri, and also Can English course has many programs. For the example, step 1, step 2, public speaking, interview, and pronunciation 2. But in this occasion, I interested in the public speaking by using Google Meet. Yeah? And then, yeah, we continue to the definition of ketone. There are three. For the first is public speaking, and teaching of public speaking by using Google Meet, and the last kind English. Um, Public speaking. Why? I choose public speaking. Is related measure or active with a particular term. I think public speaking is one of the interesting knowledge for us, because when we want to when we want to speak in front of the public, so of course we not only need a good speaking, but also we need the method, how the method speak in front of the public, because speak in front of the public in a public speaking different with speak in a daily, when we meet with our friend, our neighbor, or our family. But in a public presentation, public speaking, we have to make the differ. uh, we are as the speaker, we have to deliver the content, and also with the guest to with the intonation, and also with eye contact, questionnaire, and something like that. And the next about teaching of public speaking by using Google Meet during pandemic COVID-19. So I interested with this method because of why, teaching public speaking is interesting for me. And then also, there are no method by using Google Meet. Why? The the director choose by using Google Meet, because Google Meet is the easy application for us to learn, to face to face to online class, because when we use Zoom or Teams, sometimes needs a lot of quota data, and so of course we have to spend a lot of money. But when we use Google Meet easier than Zoom. And then, yeah, continue to the Khan English course. Yeah, I choose Khan English course because Khan English course is one of apa? Khan English course is one course that focus in the speaking especially, and then one of the class, uh, public speaking is interesting for me, and also with the new method. Thank you. That's the last, and continue to the next. Continue to the chapter 2, yeah, review of related literature. There are 6 points in this occasion. The first is speaking, definition of public speaking, factor, and the next factor of public speaking, teaching and learning in a public speaking, and teaching preparation, and the last evaluation. Okay, we start to speaking. There are many definition of speaking. And now I would like to take from Henry for the first time, 1990. Definition speaking is make use of word in an unordinary voice. Terus selanjutnya dari Laut Thai 2007 state that speaking is fundamental to human communication, and the last from Bidaution 1984, that communication through speaking is performed face to face interaction and occur as part of dialogue or other form of verbal exchange, ya. Itu definisi dari speaking dari beberapa ahli. And then definition of public speaking. Public speaking is the active that are done by someone to speak in front of the audience. Jadi public speaking itu suatu speaking tapi di depan banyak orang, spesialnya di depan banyak orang, dan biasanya menyampaikan sebuah topik atau materi. Oke, selanjutnya kita lanjut ke yang namanya the factor of public speaking. The factor of public speaking itu ada 2, competence dan juga confident. Why competence is very important for the for the speaker in a public speaking? Karena orang pembicara itu harus punya kompetensi. Contoh, for the example, Ronaldo has competency to speak in a football, but he speak in a cooking, kan it is not related. So Ronaldo is master in a football. So Ronaldo talk about football when he speech in front of the public in a public presentation. And the next, confident. Confident is the power of competence in someone has competence but is not confident, that is useless, because confident can support the competence. Jadi competence is important, but competence less confident is not really good, because confident can support the competence. Jadi confident is important too to support the speaker. Ya, selanjutnya teaching and learning in a public speaking. Nah, there are some strategy active in teaching and public speaking. For the first, stand. Yang kedua, eye contact, movement, gesture, and questionnaire and simulation. Why stand is important? Because you have we can look at someone, our speaker, they comfortable and already to speak in front of the public from the stand. And then also eye contact. You know, when we have a speaker and then just talking, never look at the audience, not we think it's not really good, because of why the speaker only speech but not focus, not understand, and not make the audience comfortable. Then movement, don't forget, it's not only movements like dance and something like that, but movement is like move from the right to the left or something like that. And the next, gesture. Nah, gesture is one of the point that we have to speak in front of public. And questionnaire, are usual, because paying pre-plan, they They ensure that both questionnaire and respondent have something to say to each other. And the last is simulation. Of course, before we speak in front of the public or we do everything, before that we have to prepare or simulation before make it uh, make it make it run well for our performance next time. Yeah. And then the next is teaching preparation. Yeah, I know. I find that teaching preparation is syllabus and also lesson plan. Nah, lesson plan. And then teaching evaluation is a systematic process containing collection in information like number, description, and verbal analysis and information interpretation to make a decision. Itu dari sosialisasi KTSP 2019. Oke, selanjutnya lanjut ke the technique evaluation. According to Ari Kunto 2009 in his book and title dasar with the title dasar-dasar penilaian pendidikan, evaluation technique that can be used as the assessment of the educational unit are written test, observation, performance test, portfolio assessment, self-assessment, and pre-assessment. Nah, seperti itulah. Jadi mulai dari observation, written test, and performance test, portfolio assessment, self-assessment, and the last is peer assessment. Bisa juga self-evaluation itu juga. And then the next previous research. Okay, well, continue to the previous research. To the previous research, there are two previous research written by Eli Ermasari and Moh Arifin. Sister Eli Ermasari on 2013, with the title "The Teaching of Speaking English at Hamida English Course" or HEC, and Moh Arifin 2013 he's written with the title "Analysis of Mistake at the Mistake at Public Speaking Kenta English Course Pare Kediri." And then this study has the same variable with the previous research. It is teaching public speaking by using Google Meet during pandemic COVID-19 at Kain English Course Pare Kediri. Thank you, everyone. Hello, everyone. We continue to the chapter 3, research method. This chapter presents the method used in conducting this research. They are research design, setting, and subject of the study, data collection methods and instrument of the data collection, and the last data analysis. Research design. Okay, in this research design, the main characteristics of qualitative data doesn't deal with the number, with the research only collect the data, analyze, and make interpretation about the phenomenon which happen during observation process descriptively. The researchers here describe about teaching preparation teaching preparation speaking by public speaking by using Google Meet during pandemic COVID-19 at Kain English Course And the next about to describe teaching process, the next teaching evaluation, and the last student response. Nah, that's about research design. And the next setting of research. This study is conducted at Can English course is located at Glagah Street, number 52, Tulungarejo, Kediri. And firstly, the course has been why I choose this course because successful producing the student who have good ability in a public speaking. Can English was founded in August on 2017. It became one of the best speaking course at Kampung English. And secondly, as an English course, Can English prepare to build the students' confidence, uh, especially at public speaking. And then with the new method by using Google Meet. Based on the education background, most of the teachers have finished and completed in a study English well in a formal quality instrument. And then next, the subject of the research. Subject of the research was taken teacher of public speaking, Mr. Tukain, as the English teacher of public speaking by using Google Meet during pandemic COVID-19 at Can English Course Kediri. And then data collection method. There are observation and interview. Nah, observation. Nah, we use checklist. The research using checklist to collect some information about the teaching of public speaking by using Google Meet at Can English Course Kediri. And the next, interview. The interviewer, the subject interview included the director of Can English course, teacher of public speaking class, and student of public speaking class. And interview conducted after observing public speaking class. And instrument collecting datanya ada observation guide, selanjutnya ada interview guide, and documentation. Interview guide. So of course, the researchers distribute the interview to the students of public speaking class, the teacher of public speaking class, and the director of Can English course. And the next about documentation. The documentation was needed because some data or documentation was needed by the researcher related to the focus and sub-focus. The documentation data tag were the list of student public speaking class. And data analysis. The data analysis is process of constructing the observation, interview, and documentation. Data analysis in a qualitative research is done from the beginning of the ending of researchers continuously and inductively. Di sini ada data reducing. Data reducing deal with the process of cleaning, concerning, simplifying, and alternative. And data display process presenting the data in the wages display usually took the narrative form. And then the verification, the last verification. In the term of verification process, it was concerned with the data reducing and data display in which is important result of analysis are focused first on the general research object describing how the learning strategies in a public speaking by using Google Meet during pandemic COVID-19 at Kain English course Pare Kediri. All the data from observation and interview selected. The data that is needed by the research can be used, and the data which is unneeded forgot it and throw away. Thank you. That's the last from me. If you have a question, you can chat to my WhatsApp, or you can DM to my Instagram Talabi_fun_hautan. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.